and we're talking about community associations and some of the challenges that they have. You know, Lori, today the economy is very fragile, and maximizing recovery of those sort of delinquent assets becomes problematic. I mean, people have lost equity in their homes. They're not worth what they owe on them. They might have lost their job, and they have a hard time keeping up with their mortgage payments or anything. And it seems like one of the first things that sort of gets jettisoned over the side is the association dues, leaving a portfolio of not paid in full or delinquent assets for the associations, the community associations. How does EBMC help community associations manage their delinquent assets through this process?
Well, Carl, that's a great question, and I think it's definitely put our expertise to the test over the past few years. You're right. When a homeowner becomes delinquent in a condominium, planned unit development, or commercial association, the end result is a foreclosure on their home. And we don't want to see that happen. It's happening all across Nevada and California. In our office here locally, this is 2011, we could have over 200 homes in a foreclosure action at any given time. And we don't want to see residents lose their homes. And so we work very closely with the board of directors for an association. A lot of times they are, every board of director comes to the board with different expertise. They may be a general contractor, they may be an auditor, and they may be a housewife or gardener or whatever. And this situation is very unique for them to deal with, as it is for us. So what we do is we work very closely with them to educate them on the different kinds of options that they have available. We really do not want to see a homeowner lose their home if they can possibly help it. And we encourage residents and owners of condominium properties to please contact the board of directors so that we can make workout agreements with them. Here at EBMC, our accounting software allows us to take in payments in a lot of different ways, which helps. You can pay by credit card. You can pay by e-check. You can pay by ACH, lockbox. So we make a lot of different avenues for owners of condominium units to pay their assessments, and hopefully that helps. But in the end, I think being able to work with the board of directors and their council to come up with a way for residents of the condominium units to pay is the best thing that we can do at this time. I mean, there are workout agreements that can be achieved and a number of different options that owners can take. And I think being able to work with the board of directors to be able to explain those options and work with them is really the best thing that we can do at this time.
Well, I think there's a lot of folks out there, individual homeowners, who feel like their backs are against the wall and who could use that helping hand coming to them, and maybe not the sort of a tyrannical fist of a board saying, okay, it's pay up or get out. So it sounds like that spirit of cooperation that you get going helps more homeowners save their homes and then keeps more community associations in the black.
You bring up a good point. A board of directors, they are required to follow their governing documents. And in the governing documents, it states the method and way in which the board shall monitor their collections. And so on one hand, they're faced with being able to implement those governing documents, and on another way, to be sympathetic and accommodating and try to reach a balance. Oftentimes we're contacted by associations that have a very high collection rate. I remember one over in the Oakland area. I think 25% of their units had gone to foreclosure, and when that happens, the association cannot pay its expenses. And after that, what happens is the board needs to go back to the remaining homeowners and do a special assessment so they can keep the lights on and pay the different bills. So it certainly is a trickle-down effect, and they need to get their arms around it.
I'm glad that you guys are there to help. I look forward to our next conversation, Lori.
You too.